What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, just like I predicted outside of the knockout and the stoppage, that it was going to be a tale of two fights when you had this mega showdown between two former world champions in Caleb Plant and David the Mexican Monster Benavidez. Okay. I told you guys it was going to be the tale of two halves, and it was exactly that. It was the tale of two halves, right? Caleb Plant, if his durability and his stamina faded in the second half of the fight, then David Benavidez was going to win. I thought he was going to win by stoppage in the 11th round, and in the 10th and 11th round, it looked like Benavidez was getting ready to get the stoppage in the 10th and 11th round, right? And in the first half of the fight, just as I predicted, Caleb Plant would be outboxing David Benavidez badly. And if he could keep up that pace, if he could keep up, the movement and staying away from David Benavidez for the duration of the fight, then Caleb Plant would win, right? He could win pretty handily. I thought he was outboxing Benavidez pretty handily in the first half of the fight. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And Caleb Plant in his fight with Jose Uzcategui in the second half of the fight, although he won the fight and he won his first world title and dropped Uzcategui twice, well, Caleb Plant in that fight, he faded in the second half and let Uzcategui back in the fight, okay? And then when he fought Canelo Alvarez in the undisputed match, and he was outboxing Canelo Alvarez in the first half of the fight. And in the second half of the fight, he faded in the second half of the fight, and Canelo Alvarez got an 11th round knockout victory over Caleb Plant. Then in this fight, that's why I stated I knew that in the first half of the fight, Caleb Plant is the better pure boxer. He's slick. He has good hand speed, good foot speed, high ring IQ, combination punches. I knew that was going to be a problem for David Benavidez in the first half of the fight. And as I told you guys, the fight is really going to start in round 5 and 6. That's going to tell us everything we need to know about this fight and who's going to win. And that's exactly what took place. In round 5 and 6 is when David Benavidez started to take over. He started to find his mark, because all the movement that Caleb Plant uses to stay away from Benavidez and to throw punches while using so much movement, it's going to see him fatigue. And David Benavidez, he puts a lot of physical and mental pressure on his opponents, okay? A lot of physical and mental pressure on his opponents, right? And with that said, it started the wear and tear. It started the show. And Caleb Plant, he was having a beautiful boxing. He was putting on a boxing clinic, in my opinion, in the first half of the fight. He was landing punches. David Benavidez could not find him at all whatsoever, right? Caleb Plant was even taunting David Benavidez, looking at the crowd when David Benavidez was missing wide with his punches, playing to the crowd, doing the matador, the bull and the matador, movements. And that's how much David Benavidez couldn't find him, right? Couldn't touch him. And in the second half, it started to take its toll. And you can see David Benavidez, he made it a point to go to Caleb Plant's body, okay? He made it a point to go to his body because they knew, like we knew, and everybody knew, that Caleb Plant, he tends to slow down in the second half of the fights. He starts to fade. And David Benavidez, although he couldn't find his mark, he couldn't, slow Caleb Plant down. He couldn't get, he wasn't accurate with his punches. And you can see it was just a matter of time, right? It was just a matter of time before he eventually started to catch up to Caleb Plant, or Caleb Plant, dare I say, started to slow down. And that's what happened. He started to slow down. But it was a beautiful boxing lesson that he was putting on in the first half of the fight. It's just that he can't keep up the pace, right? And so, it turned out just like I thought outside of the stoppage. But even I said in the 10th and 11th round, I thought that Caleb Plant was going to get stopped in the 11th round. And in the 10th and 11th round, it looked like David Benavidez, that was his best 2 rounds, right? He won those rounds clearly, right? And I thought that, that was going to be the mark because, the pressure, the physical and the mental pressure that he puts on him, I knew eventually that was going to start to play a part. I knew that was going to start to, wear him down, and it did just that, and that's why I said that in the 10th and 11th round, that was going to be the rounds. But now, what I saw from David Benavidez in his fight doesn't give me confidence that David Benavidez is going to beat 4-division world champion and the undisputed super middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez. What I saw from David Benavidez is not something that I think that beats Canelo Alvarez, okay? I think that you have to be extremely accurate with your punches with Canelo Alvarez. He doesn't have the fastest feet. Canelo Alvarez does not have the fastest feet, but Canelo Alvarez has extremely fast hands. He's very shifty and very slick from the waist up. He bends at the waist very well. He parries punches and he catches punches, and David Benavidez is not very accurate. And Canelo Alvarez is very pinpoint accurate, and he has way more power than Caleb Plant. Way more power than Caleb Plant, right? And he's a combination puncher who is has very precise punches. So those precise punches is going to slow David Benavidez down. Okay, so all the physical and mental pressure he put on Caleb Plant tonight, it'll be slowed down by the power punches and the pinpoint accurate punches of Canelo Alvarez, and that's going to slow David Benavidez down in his tracks. And Canelo Alvarez is going to be able to control the pace of the fight, and he also is going to be able to control the distance, because at times tonight David Benavidez was being controlled by the distance of Caleb Plant. You understand? And again, I feel like Canelo Alvarez is a better pure boxer. He just has more tools in the toolbox than Caleb Plant, right? He doesn't have the fastest feet. He don't have the foot speed of Caleb Plant, but he has the hand speed, the combination punches, and he has more power. He has an extremely high ring IQ, and he's not going to fade in the second half of the fight like Caleb Plant faded. Now, Canelo Alvarez has stamina issues, but not like Caleb Plant. So I can't wait to see how that fight unfolds and plays out, although I don't think it's going to happen this year, if at all, because Canelo Alvarez fights May 6th. I think he'll win, but he wants the rematch with Bivol in September, and I think he'll lose. So let's see how that unfolds and plays out, although he'll still have the belts at 168. But drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. David Benavidez wins a unanimous decision, dominant second half performance over Caleb Plant. It's your boy Blue signing off. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all, man. Peace.